Fencing is basically my life. Before I did fencing, I used to do baseball, and one of my baseball coaches told me about it, and I came to fencing, and I liked it. I picked it up like no other sport, like basketball, baseball. I picked it up, and I liked it. And what I like about fencing the most is that it's different. I always like different things. You know, it's not a ball that you toss into a rim or anything like that. It's a sword, you know, and you hit the other person and they hit you back, and it's just a fast, ongoing pace. When I first got there, I came in and I didn't know what to expect. It was kind of like one of those underground fight clubs where you would go deep down into the basement, but it wouldn't be a building you go to. It'd just be a deep step, and you go deep down, and you hear, and I heard all this clicking, and I heard the blades moving, and I kept hearing tink, 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 and I just see all these men moving up on metal strips with white suits, up and down with electrical wheels to their back, and I didn't know what this. I was 8, 9 years old, and I didn't know what this was, and I just saw it, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this. I knew basketball, I knew football, you know, living in the city, that's basically the main sports that you know. Nobody I know is, besides people out here, nobody I know is in my school fences. Nobody I know fences. I don't really tell most of my friends that I fence. I mean, only unless they ask, or they ask what I do as a sport, I explain it to them, and I would have to sit down and explain to them what it is. And most of the time, they're interested, and they listen to what I have to say about fencing, and, you know, like, oh, that's interesting, that's neat, and, you know, it's not a lot of people like you out there doing it. It was one time last year where I won the Junior Olympic qualifiers. So I qualified for the Junior Olympics for Maryland, because for each division they picked 3 kids, about 3 or 4 kids, the top 4 kids from each state, and they do that by hosting a tournament, like the under 17 or the under 20. So I won the under 17. I won first place for that, and I got third place in the under 20. So I flew out to Utah to fence in the Junior Olympics, and there was a lot of people there, because I guess if you multiply 4 times 50, that's about 200 kids. And it was like one default, because in the tournament you had like this default, so it was one extra kid for each state, so it was like 220. And I think I placed at like 175. I can't remember the exact number, but it was pretty good for my first time, because I was young. My parents fully support me 100%. They always encourage me to do new things and to try this tomorrow or try that. My father, he always tells all his friends and things like that, and they always come to my tournaments. And fencing is an expensive sport, so they always break an arm and a leg just to make sure I can have what I need for my tournaments and things like that. And they just been highly supportive in my fencing career, and I think I can go a long way with this with their help and the help of my whole family.